Corals are marine animals. Reef-building corals are made up of thousands of polyps, which are each home to thousands of symbiotic algae living inside of them. Together as a colony, they build the calcium carbonate skeletons which form the structure of the reef. Coral reefs are mainly located within tropical and subtropical shallow waters close to the equator. The biodiversity of life supported by coral reefs compares to that of a tropical rainforest, with 25% of all marine life residing in the world's reefs. Coral reefs can be found in different formations, which are strongly dependent on water conditions and nearby landforms. Three common forms of reefs are fringing reefs, which form near coastlines, barrier reefs, which are separated from the land by wide, deep lagoons, and atolls. First described by Charles Darwin in 1842, atolls have dazzled humans for many years due to their unique beauty and unknown origins. Reef corals require shallow, warm waters and sunlight to develop. So how did these atoll reefs appear in the middle of the ocean with no land nearby? In the first stage of atoll formation, an undersea mountain called a seamount is formed, caused by the piling up of lava on the sea floor from an underwater volcano situated over a hotspot. As volcanic activity increases, the seamount continues to rise above sea level, forming a volcanic island. As time goes on, a fringing reef forms around the island. Over millions of years, the volcanic island erodes and subsides, traveling further away from the hotspot due to the movement of the oceanic plate. Over time, waves erode the top of the sinking island, resulting in a goyot, and the surrounding fringing reef becomes a barrier reef. As the goyot subsides further, the formation of a lagoon results in a standalone coral structure called a coral atoll. From here, corals are further eroded and broken into grains of sand. Waves and wind deposit this sand and other materials, such as plant seeds, on the reef, creating a ring-shaped islet with a lagoon in its center. There are island nations such as the Maldives and Kiribati that are made of atolls. The communities here are dependent on the reef to protect against waves and also to support their economies. From 1946 to 1948, Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands was the location of a number of test nuclear detonations by the US government. Locals were relocated to another island, and due to the high radiation levels, they have never been able to return. Today, coral reefs are still exposed to a number of threats. These include climate change events, pollution from sewage and agriculture, invasive species or overpredation, and damage from tropical storms. Tropical cyclones have accounted for 48% of coral mortality in the Great Barrier Reef from 1985 to 2012. This damage can take up to 2 decades for the reefs to fully recover. Cyclone Yasi hit in 2011 and affected the Coral Sea and the Great Barrier Reef. Yasi was recorded as a Category 5 cyclone with about 13% of the Great Barrier Reef exposed to destructive winds. The impact of Yasi on the Great Barrier Reef was huge, with 36 individual reefs damaged and many more partly damaged. Coral reefs do act as protection to the shoreline from erosion, as well as the damaging effects of storms. The reef acts as a barrier, helping to break waves before they reach the shore. And although a large storm can be destructive, a small tropical storm can bring relief to corals under thermal stress. Coral reef ecosystems are essential to marine and human health and well-being. Reefs provide food, protection, income, tourism, education, and more, making the coral reefs one of the most valuable ecosystems on Earth.